It's like any other bike. Here they have this interesting feature. That's a lever automarket. It is to go into neutral, right?
Ah,
So if you want to find neutral, you go like this and it shows.
right.
Like for example, if it is in first gear, right? Now, and I want to go in neutral, right? I go like this. And it is very convenient because with your foot it is more difficult. So that's number one. You can start it in two ways, either with a Kickstarter here or with electric start.
Right.
So with the Kickstarter, it should start. If you want to start it with electric, you can do that too. So you make sure that it is neutral. Yeah, I do it automatically. Before I start, I always go like without even thinking.
Wow, nice.
So what I was saying about upgrades, this is a voltmeter. Right? If you use more RPMs, it shows higher voltage, right? So when you go on the road, it shows green. So alternator works fine, never gave me any troubles. So these are heated grips. That's the thing that you know, to make it more or less. So heated grips, then in the front we got this bar. It's also aftermarket, but I bought it with this thing and it looks kind of nice.
Yeah.
So that's LED headlight. I had stock headlight, it went dead and I upgraded it. To save energy a little bit. Okay. So like turn signals, everything works fine. See, this is your brake light. No, this is your brake light. It turns. And I replaced it all, put LEDs everywhere. So one unusual thing here, I have heated oil pan. You know, like on some cars you have it, right? So that's big upgrade. So what else? Everything else is, you know, simple. Another useful thing. So here I have manuals, owner manual and repair manual. Then a cover for the whole thing, that's an ATV cover. And that thing, it goes in your lap like this.
Oh, for winter riding.
Yeah, for winter, like this.
Right. Well, it runs nice.
So I also have here winter chains
Right.
for wheels. My relative in Russia sent them to me. I never used them. And so this wheel goes either here or to the back.
No way.
So
Wow.
they are same. This wheel and this wheel are the same.
Fantastic.
Front wheel is different because it got a brake on it.
Yeah.
So another thing, this, you see this one,
The drive.
that's a drive to sidecar wheel. So if you're driving on the road, you should not engage it because there is no differential. And if you want to make turn, these wheels will go with the same speed, right?
Right.
And you will not be able to turn. It is very difficult.
Right.
So you shouldn't do it. It is like if you go slow speed in some mud or some sand, or just slow speed like 10 kilometers an hour, 15, that sort of,
Right.
in the woods, then you can use this sidecar and wheel, and it will go better. I drove this bike, see, I have lots of these winter upgrades. That's because I went to Ice Road in Northern Ontario.
Oh, wow.
There is a place called Moosonee, and they have an ice road.
Nice.
So this ice road is not like skating rink, but it is definitely kind of slick. So when I didn't engage sidecar wheel, it was going sideways, like by itself, like you couldn't control it. But when I engaged that sidecar wheel, it went straight and it was easy after that. So it is useful on ice too.
Right. Wow.
So
And what's it look like inside here?
inside there is plenty room for a person. Like,
Oh, wow. Nice seat.
yeah. So you have that's charger. And you have another upgrade that I did. You see this wire, right?
Yeah.
It is for additional batteries. So here, if you want to use additional battery, you should put this what you call it, circuit breaker,
Fuse.
fuse,
Yeah.
in here, because now there is no fuse, so there is no current. Like it is connected to
Right.
the battery, but
No connection.
There is no connection
Yeah.
because no fuse. In here, you got fuses and also this, contact for lighter.
Right.
Like if you want to charge.
Or wear a heated vest or something. Yeah.
Something like that. So I also put in some original tools, but these original tools aren't really good. I never used them. They're kind of ugly, but they came with the bike and.
Right. Right. Oh, fantastic. How long have you owned it?
Since 2005, and no, not 5, 15. And before me, I bought it from an older Canadian gentleman, and I looked at his garage and I saw complete assurance that he had so many toys, like a couple of Beamers from the 60s. He had also, this Argos
Yeah.
6-wheelers,
Yeah. Wow.
and all his toys were very clean.
Right.
So I could see that it is not a lemon. Like people who, he wasn't like me. He didn't have rust.
Right. Right. Right.
He didn't take it to winter roads. But that's about it. So I told you about upgrades, and this thing you can remove if you don't like it. I actually never used it. I took it off as soon as I got the bike because I never had any passengers.
Right.
I went by myself. And if you go, if you don't care about the passenger, you care about yourself, that the wind kind of goes this way, and it's not very good to have it. It's not a big deal, but
Right.
you customize whichever you like. So another notable feature, it's a shaft drive, right? So you don't have to do anything about this drive. It's not like a chain where you have to lube it and do stuff to it, right?
Just like the Beamers. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's this thing to engage the sidecar, and it even has a parking brake, but it kind of rusted a little bit. So you press on it. No. lost it.
That's okay.
Anyway, there's a parking brake, but yeah.
Okay.
Some work. So the engine is not modern, and that's why it takes quite a bit of gas. Like
Yeah.
I'd say in summer, like 7 liters, 100 kilometers, that sort of thing. But gas is not an issue because I always, like when I went far, I went to a place called Hay River. It is in Northwest Territories, more than 5,000 kilometers one way. So I always kept 10-liter canister with gas in sidecar, and you know.
You didn't drive this bike from here to there.
Yeah, I did.
Oh my goodness.
Back, and that's why it is rusted.
Wow, that's a long
Because
way.
you see, well, that's why. See, like people have bikes for different purposes, right? You have these bikers on Harleys who go to Tim Hortons, and that's their riding. And I like, to go far and to go in winter to do some funny things. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so I bought this Ural for that purpose, to ride it. But as they go, bikes, you kind of like it at first, and I spend a lot of time, looking for it, because it is hard to find them. Unless you have like $27,000 to buy a new one,
Right.
it is hard to find used. But because there's so few of them around. But I was saying, I had a lot of fun with it, and then, got myself another idea with a little Japanese bike.
Yeah.
So,
Great. Well, thank you very much for showing it to me.
yeah.